On the chest of DeMontis Sabonis, Kings still won the game. Bills safety DeMar Hamlin is now clear to return to football just 3 months after nearly dying on the football field. And the Texas Rangers have a 2-game lead atop the AL West. They play the Royals tonight, first pitch at 6:40.
Mike Jimenez.
The San Antonio World Champion.
Tim Spence.
Victory! Cowboys win!
It's showtime. It's Jimenez and Spence on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jimenez and Spence on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on the go at ESPNSA.com. Mike Jimenez, Tim Spence with you till 3 o'clock. We're streaming live right now on YouTube. What's going on, Spence?
It is it hump day yet?
I believe so. Is it getting there? No, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. It's freaking Tuesday.
I had to look at my phone.
We talked about this before. I hate Tuesdays. I hate them because you're not energized like you were Monday after a long weekend. You haven't hit the downside of the week on Wednesday. You're stuck in freaking Tuesday.
Yeah, it's purgatory. If any day was purgatory, it is Tuesday.
But
I learned something new about you about 1 minute ago. You were going into this whole story before the show started about how you hate being in confined spaces. Tim Spence is claustrophobic.
I'm claustrophobic. I am on medicine for claustrophobia. I have panic. I'm on medicine for. It's one of those things where you go, okay, where did I get it? Okay. From my father. It hands down, it's the family tree. Son, you're the first one. Enjoy the medicine. Enjoy the claustrophobia. But don't I have so many stories?
So what about like elevators? Do you get claustrophobic on elevators?
No, elevators, because you're in it, you're out. There's no issue. I've had a night flight from Philly one time. It's like, I think I was off my meds at that point, but it's like, okay, when does this plane land? One of those things.
All right, Kanye.
Dude, did you go Kanye?
Exactly. Real quick story. We go up on a vacation in Colorado up to what was it? Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah.
And I as a kid, I used to go through caves and walk, and not even a problem. It wasn't until I got older that I realized I have claustrophobia. So I'm not on meds yet, and I don't even really realize that what I'm walking myself into. So the in-laws are with us. We go in this cave. We go down this elevator, and the elevator opens, and everyone walks out except me. I am glued, cemented to the wall of the elevator because all you see when you go out is the rock face of the cave you're going into.
Mm-hmm.
Had a complete meltdown, and I felt bad for the lady in the elevator. She goes, "You can get off now, sir." No, I can't. Nope. I cannot get off the elevator right now. Eventually I went back upstairs. The family and everybody else went through the cave, and I just waited an hour and a half for them to get done.
We learned something new about it all because this whole conversation started about MRIs and CAT scans and things like that. The last time I had something like that done was a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Oh my God, look at all the kidney stones you have, Mr. Jimenez." And when I first started doing the midday show, Spence, I did it for like 1 or 2 days, and then I had a kidney stone attack right before the show. Pledger tried getting me to still do the show, despite the fact that I was trying to expel a kidney stone.
Well, that's what a good producer does.
He was like, "Suck it up, man.
It is.
You're new to the midday show.
Suck it up." Knock on wood, Formica here. Thank God I never had a kidney stone, but I understand they're quite the painful experience.
I've had 2 kidney stone attacks, 1 gallstone attack, had my gallbladder removed, but it's been a good 2 years or so, knock on the Formica here, that it's not going to happen again. But I do not recommend it at all.
I can't
0 stars.
I cannot do MRIs. The first one I ever went into was they say it's open. Oh, okay, it's open. They didn't tell me it's open on the top of my head. I can't see the opening with my eyes, okay? So unless I can see the opening with my eyes, it's not open, okay? So this thing, you're like you're going into the coffin, slow death, slow death. And as soon as you get in there, then I got this attendant, this nurse. Mr. Spence, yes, well, I have to step away for a second. I'll come back in a couple minutes. You're doing what? 5 minutes felt like an hour.
Right. It's like
And
solitary confinement.
I am just beside myself. She took me out. I mean, it was embarrassing. Yeah, absolutely embarrassing. But you don't leave a patient in the sarcophagus to die because you have to go take a potty break.
Okay, so you mentioned the phrase dying a slow death. I'm dying a slow death at home right now, and I need your advice because I've been married to my wife for now 11 years. You've mentioned that you've been married to your wife for close to 30?
35.
So, how do I get out of the doghouse, if you will? We were at the ceremony the other day for the awards ceremony, Texas Association of Broadcasters.
You didn't bring it in again today?
Did not bring it in today. No, I did not. But there is radio people and there are TV people.
Right.
And one of the TV people that got the award was quite attractive. And apparently my eyes got set on her for too long and my wife noticed.
Fixated.
Yes. I'm sorry. She was wearing what I called a third of a dress.
She's wearing cocktail attire and we're not even at a bar.
She wore lingerie
exactly
as her outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And I got busted. Now, my wife admitted, my wife was like, she's hot and you can look, but you looked 2 seconds too long.
You don't stare. You can look.
Dude,
you could glance.
Everybody was,
but don't
man.
stare.
Everybody was.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. The older you get, the more sly you will become.
Mm-hmm. I told her I was going to wear sunglasses next time.
Yes. Here's a trick that someone told me a long time ago. When you see someone coming attractive that you really want to eyeball, but you don't want to look at her because your wife will see, look in the direction she's going, because eventually she will get to that place and it'll look like you were already looking there. You weren't waiting for her to make it to that viewpoint.
No, the way that you get away with it is you say, babe, can you believe what she's wearing?
Or that is
so good. You draw attention to it. I cannot believe that she is wearing this to an award ceremony.
Thinking. Yeah, exactly. You are appalled. Oh my God. Get her out of here. Well, after the event.
After the event.
Yeah.
The problem was she was at one of the top tables at the very front, so you couldn't avoid it. Someone would win an award, she'd stand up and clap, and every single time I'm looking off to the side like, I can't look. It's like staring into the sun.
Should I bring everyone into the fold here? What happened yesterday, though?
What's that?
Because your wife does listen to the show.
Yeah.
Do you care?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you got busted. And at that point, you go, all right, pull it in, Spence, pull it in, Jimenez. Let's regroup. Let's not focus on it. No, you went to the Instagram account. You went to the Facebook account. You went to every account.
We got to find this woman.
Yeah, this woman has.
I got to Instagram follow this chick.
Look at how attractive she is.
This is the one that got me in trouble.
Yeah, and look at her.
Hey, we got some big news coming into San Antonio Sports Star. This morning, the Bexar County Commissioner's Court has approved the Spurs playing more games outside of the AT&T Center, not only for this upcoming season, but the season after. So the Spurs got 2 years worth of permission, talking about 3 games each year, 2 of them in Austin, 1 of them international.
You're not shocked, though, right?
No, not at all, especially after the big success that it was over at the Moody. What I found to be interesting, though, was that, again, 2 games in Austin each year for the next 2 seasons, 1 game international, likely Mexico. But that being said, what I found interesting was that the Commissioner's Court, at least one of the members, looked at the Spurs and said, we would like for you to consider moving one of those Austin games to the Valley. And I don't know if that means McAllen, Edinburgh, Eagle Pass. I don't know, probably McAllen. I mean, that RGV area has a lot of people. And I thought that made a lot of sense.
Makes some sense.
You know, the G League plays in McAllen.
Spread it out.
If we're going to be a South Texas team, McAllen has just as many people. The McAllen area,
just as close, almost as close to Mexico as you want to be. Right.
It's a big area over there. There's a lot of people over there in the Valley. But again, Commissioner's Court approving 2 games in Austin next year, 1 game international. And then the following year, I want to thank the Spurs, by the way, for not only just sending their attorneys out there, but R.C. Buford, Spurs exec, was also in attendance. He got reamed last time because when the Spurs first asked for permission, Commissioner's Court came at them and said, "Where are your people? Where's RC? Where's Pop? Where are the big guns when it comes to the Spurs?"
Why are you thinking the Spurs, though? I mean, they lost their third coin flip in a row.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that. Dude, coin flips and the Spurs don't go well together. Spurs losing yet another coin flip to the Houston Rockets.
I mean, you can't win one of the three. Send another representative. I mean, how many times do you see the lottery? Have these different people that are going up there based on superstition. Okay, someone doesn't get it, he's not coming back the next year. Someone gets it, he's coming back until he doesn't get it.
I read today that the NBA had 6 coin flips yesterday. 6. This is the way that they do business. The fortunes, the fates of all these franchises decided on 6 coin flips. That's stupid. There's got to be a different way of doing this.
There's got to be some sort of execution on the court that decides the outcome.
Because
not the court of law, but court of basketball.
Because if it was head to head, if I'm not mistaken, the Rockets beat the Spurs more than the Spurs beat the Rockets this past season.
But they get a better chance. Or fall to 6 versus fall to 7.
Yes, worst case scenarios are now better for the Rockets compared to what it is for the Spurs. We're going till 3 o'clock here on Jimenez and Spence. Again, we're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, on the go at ESPNSA.com. We're live on YouTube as well. When we come back, we're going to talk about Draymond Green, the sports world talking about Draymond getting ejected in the fourth quarter of the Warriors-Kings game last night. It was game 2 of the playoffs, and you can argue that it cost Golden State that victory over there. Is he the most hated player in the NBA? We're going to debate that, and we're just 9 days away from the NFL draft. ESPN's Todd McShay and Mel Kiper Jr., they got together for a combined mock draft. Pretty interesting results. But when we come back, Draymond Green stomps on a player's chest and gets thrown out. Is Draymond even worth it these days for the Warriors? And was this play warranted? We'll talk about it. Jimenez and Spence, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
Next Thursday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number 1? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here on your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver